Hello Internet, I am the hero of Julius once again with another One Piece chapter summary. I would like to start this video off by thanking my cat who is currently staring at the wall. It's a very fascinating wall. But while I was doing my usual note-taking on my trusty notebook, as you can see here, my cat decided to join me and sit on my lap the entire time. So yes, this goes out to you, Mocha. No, still looking at a wall. Alright, so welcome to chapter 1108. Come in, world! To say that this chapter is a calm before the storm would be wrong because there's nothing calm right now. My brother actually just aptly said while he helped me set up my camera, Luffy's in gear 5th. Nothing is calm right now. Nothing is calm right now. So, that chapter starts off with, actually I should go into the art. We have this lovely spread, ladies in red, all dressed up and sort of just having Sunday brunch. Got a couple mimosas going on there. Tashigi just surrounded by pirates. I guess technically Reiju's not a pirate. She's a princess. Is Germa still recognized? I don't know if they'd still be recognized by the world government, especially since, well, they never went through with then they are reforming MAD, so I guess Reiju is a pirate now? Anyways, Oda just wanted an excuse to draw pretty ladies in dresses, and then there it is. So anyways, the chapter itself actually starts off with Caribou begging for his life as Van Auger's got a gun pointed at him, and I'm not really sure what Katarina can and can't do, so she doesn't seem to... she's got a sword, I think, but we've never seen her use it. Regardless, this man's begging for his life because Teach is his senpai. He is #1 Teach fan. I've already heard the comments. A buddy of mine and I talked about it a couple days ago that it's clear and obvious that Teach is going to be fighting Luffy, and then meanwhile, Caribou is going to be fighting Bartolomeo. Both of them have very similar, but not similar at all, devil fruits to the people they admire so much. We know Bartolomeo is capable of imitating the Gum Gum pistol with his Bari Bari pistol, and we know Caribou's endless swamp is like Blackbeard's black hole, so to watch the two of them fight each other... In fact, I would love if Oda did like a panel of, like a 2-spread panel of Luffy's, Gum Gum pistol clashing with Blackbeard's vortex or something, and then meanwhile, Bartolomeo's barrier just, the very next page is the barrier connecting to the swamp as the two of them are just mimicking these guys the whole fight. It would be really funny. It'd be like watching two cosplayers with their budget cosplays trying to imitate a scene from their favorite anime. This is all we get from Caribou, though, of him telling them, listen, I know so much. I know info that other people wouldn't know, and I gotta tell this to Teach. And being a smart guy, is smart a word I'd use for Caribou? Caribou's smart, but he's not wise. So I guess I would say Caribou's smart. It's smart enough to make it through the new world. You gotta give credit where it's due there. But anyways, Caribou's a smart enough guy to know if I tell them everything, if they don't like me, they'll just kill me and, take the info to Teach. But he does know the location of two of the ancient weapons. He could explain to Teach that down at Fishman Island, there's Shirahoshi, the Poseidon, and Wano is currently guarding the Pluton. You destroy the walls of Wano, and that'll set forth the Pluton. But given how the island fruit... Oh my gosh, the island fruit. Yeah, if Avalo Pizarro touches Wano, or becomes one with Wano, he could open up Wano. And not the good way. And no offense, love Yamato. Love Momonosuke's big scary dragon form. The 9 red scabbards, although they have a couple less members, they are all an impressive fighting force. Wano is not short on powerful units. But Aramaki did quite a number on them. And while I'm not much of a power scaler, if the entirety of Wano's best defense couldn't handle one admiral, could the entirety of Wano's best defense handle 3 of Blackbeard's commanders? 2 of Blackbeard's commanders? All of Blackbeard's commanders? I mean, if they're going to pick up an ancient weapon, I'm sure Blackbeard wouldn't hold anything back. Caribou, if they accept his offer and take him, which they probably will, Caribou has given Blackbeard the ability to do something very, very bad. Not to mention, Caribou, maybe offhandedly, just from like eavesdropping, might know the location of the zone poneglyph. I don't think that's super important, given that Blackbeard probably has Law's rubbings, and Law had the zone poneglyph, so Blackbeard's probably 3 out of 4 there. Maybe 4 out of 4, but I think Shanks has the 4th one. But as that conversation's going on, we finally get the introduction of these vice admirals that we've been seeing. We have Guillotine, Hound, Pomsky, Urban. Hang on, I can't even read my own handwriting here. That's embarrassing. Never mind, I can read my own handwriting. I just don't trust my own pronunciation. It's Urban. It's literally just Urban. Or Urban, depending on how you want to pronounce it, I guess. But we get to see all these different vice admirals as they're all talking about how to strategize around this, because clearly we can't keep firing on our own pacifistas, and they've got these bubble shields, so they're definitely winning this fight. But if we take out a pacifista, we lose a battleship's worth of funding. If a pacifista takes out a battleship, we lose a battleship's worth of funding. All these vice admirals are just kind of sitting here right now, just sitting on their hands. And one of them, Hound, even goes as far as to say, can we just call off the Buster Call? Like, we are clearly losing here. Nothing is benefiting us. Wiping out this island would only destroy Egghead. Like, there's a list of a whole bunch of reasons not to do this, and the only thing we have over here on the why should we do this list is because we were told to. But hey, Saturn gave the order, so I guess Buster Call away. However, one of the vice admirals, his name's Tosa, decides to take matters into his own hands. He hits the ground running. He's on the island. The rest of them are on the boats. They're not doing their jobs. They're just debating. Tosa, he's out there. He's got the 10-finger pistol ready. And he is going to do the Tosa chomp as he's lunging towards the prime target, Jewelry Bonnie. Because if we take out Bonnie, then we can control the pacifistas again. Well, Frankie's protecting her. Unfortunately, the Tosa chomp is going to pierce through armor, which Frankie is 90% armor. And Frankie is currently holding Bonnie, so he's not like he can, turn around and fire the rad beam real quick. What's he gonna do? Nothing! A giant battle axe just slams Tosa into the ground. Because look who it is. It is Dory and Broggy. They're like, oh, okay, we took out a Marine. Just swatted him like a fly. And, you guys civilians or you guys Marines? Because, we're going to take you out. We did our best. We memorized every single one of the Straw Hat Wanted posters so that we could see all the new crew members Luffy has. And you guys don't look like any of them. You look like a little girl, a bear man, a robot lady, and a robot man. So, who are you guys? And Frankie's like, whoa, hang on. No, question's for you. Are you guys friends or enemies of my Captain Straw Hat Luffy? And they're like, oh, you're a member of Luffy's crew. We could have sworn we looked at these posters. Frankie's poster is currently the Thousand Sunny. So once again, the Straw Hat crew has a member of their crew that can just infiltrate anywhere thanks to not having a proper wanted poster. Good job, Marines. You guys are really slipping up on that lately. So as Dory and Broggy hand off Frankie and co. to one of their crew members, they say, all right, take them back to the ship. We'll go grab Luffy. It's not going to be a big, difficult task for these two because we got Dory, we got Broggy, we got Luffy, we got Sanji. Once Jinbei picks up Zoro and they defeat Rob Lucci, we got quite the fighting force against Saturn. And I would love to see Saturn do something aside from Spider Stomp because he's going to need a lot more than Spider Stomp to get out of this one. So as Dory and Broggy make their way towards Luffy, they both start talking about, Mr. Vegapunk, because Frankie's like, oh, it was Bonnie who's like, you guys got to go save Vegapunk. You're going to save him too, right? And they're like, don't worry, little Missy. If he's a friend of yours, we're going to save him. And they're walking away, and Dory's just like, hey, Broggy, that Vegapunk name. And he's like, yeah, that's that guy that scholar was talking about. A scholar, you say? Could a man perchance have dedicated 22 years of his life learning more about the ancient history? A scholar of Ohara, perhaps? Meanwhile, just conveniently, right after Dory and Broggy talk about a scholar, we see Doll riding on the back of the giant robot giraffe because Bluegrass, with the power of the ride fruit, is controlling it, taking the two of them to the island. So they're going to get in the scuff of it too, as one would say. And as the two of them are sailing on this giraffe heading towards battle, Bluegrass is saying, wow, these giants sure are no joke. Have you ever had to deal with giants before, Doll? I know you're a little bit younger than me. And Doll goes, yeah, my superior officer was a giant 20 years ago. And Bluegrass goes, yes, you must be talking about Saul. He really was a pretty stubborn, pretty powerful guy. I'm a little bummed he's, no longer a member of our group. And so Oda is once again saying, hey, guys, remember Saul? You guys remember Saul? Because I know we already confirmed Saul was alive. We confirmed that a while ago, and that's great, and I love that. But Oda's like reminding us of Saul, so he's gonna be a little more important than just a heartfelt reunion with Robin. I think Saul's done some decent research on his own in the past 20 years. So as Dory and Broggy are heading over to help Luffy, we cut to Luffy himself. He's standing there. He's got Sanji has Vegapunk. Luffy's staring down against Saturn, and Sanji says, "Okay, that's that Gorosei guy, that Five Elder Star guy, that's Mr. Saturn guy. He's got a pretty wild look in his eye." And Saturn's just kind of just staring at them menacingly. And he seems to have lost all pretense of, I am so superior to you. Oh, you are but ants to me. I shall just flick you off of my dinner plate and then I will never have to deal with you. No, he's just gone feral. He's coated his feet with venom and he is ready to kill. So what does he do? Does he let out a burst of haki that eliminates the surrounding area? Does he unleash horrifying webs to entrap Luffy and Sanji and Vegapunk and hold them in place to crush them? Does he let out a sonic screech or use his psychic punch power that he used on Luffy last chapter in the chin? No. Spider Stomp. Spider Stomp always works. So while Luffy and Sanji are easily dodging the spider stomps, Luffy tells Sanji, okay, you get the old Apple Man out of here, and I will handle this guy. Just keep carrying him. Don't worry about him crying or screaming in pain, or if I move, I'll die. This is One Piece. He's just being dramatic. Nobody dies in One Piece, right? But yes, Sanji's getting a good distance between him and the situation going on until Borsalino comes up from behind him. Kizaru takes his special laser and just pew! Right through Vegapunk. However, if you take a close look, you'll see Vegapunk got blasted with laser in a spot where there's no laser with which to blast, or I guess there's no body with which to be blasted. That's where he got spider stomped. The one time spider stomp has worked. But I don't know. I read a couple comments that from the scan site I read from, and I saw a couple comments when I was reading the chapter before doing my little summary, and I got to agree. Oda's doing a fantastic job of keeping Kizaru on the is he helping, is he hurting, is he an enemy, is he a friend? Because Kizaru could have very easily just cauterized the wound by blasting him like that. Everything that was bleeding out, yeah, it probably hurt like the dickens, but cauterizing a wound is a great way to stop it from bleeding. Just saying. But as Sanji is running away with Vegapunk and Kizaru's just about to give chase, a massive hand wraps around his little Kizaru body, and a big hand grabs the bulging-eyed Saturn right on the forehead. And Luffy, holding the two of them, gives us the first time we have ever seen Gear 5th with a serious look. Just this like, He just, yeah, I've got them. And then he just goes, did you really think I was gonna let you go? You're both locked in here for 3 chapters. 3 chapters of playtime. As Luffy's ready to bring the smackdown on both of them. So Sanji is going to get away with Vegapunk. That's pretty clear. Luffy's Gear 5th is apparently strong enough to handle both of these situations. Or at least we hope so. Meanwhile, though, while Sanji's running with Vegapunk's, dying. And Sanji's like, okay, stay with me, Vegapunk. We got to get you out of here. And why are you smiling? You're dying. Stop smiling. Everybody who smiles dies. That's like you don't have the will of D, Vegapunk. You can't smile. You're dying. Come on. You're in pain, buddy. Why are you? And as Sanji is talking, we move, we pan away, we get this beeping, beeping, till we get to a machine. And the machine goes click, and the machine goes fizz, and we see a flat line on the screen. The funny thing about technology and flat lines and other such pieces of things, the funny thing about flat lines is they can be connected to other devices. The funny thing about a heartbeat is it can be used like a trigger, like a dead man switch. And a monitor flicks on as Vegapunk's image begins to appear, and he goes, testing, Mike, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hello, world, it's Vegapunk, the most humble genius in the world. And I have some information that might come as a shock to you all. Follow along with me on my 4-part TED Talk, where I explain the true history of the world. Or the truth of the world, or at least something big to be revealed that is so important for Vegapunk to tell the world that he hooked up a dead man switch to make sure that if he doesn't get this info out there, he will get this info out there. So what could it be? It could be the name of the ancient kingdom. It could be the truth about Eam. It could be maybe something about the Gorosei or the 20 founders. Maybe what happened to Nefertari Lily. I don't think it's going to be what we learn at Laugh Tale. Because if it's what we learn at Laugh Tale, that would totally undermine everything Robin's dream stands for. Robin's dream is to figure out the true history of the world, not to be told the true history of the world. And also, what other reason would she have for joining the crew if the info got out there? I mean, everything's done. In fact, the other pirates wouldn't even really have a reason to hunt her down anymore, because if Vegapunk tells everything, he'd probably just tell the location of Laugh Tale while he was at it. So, while it is going to be extremely important, we are getting one of the best info dumps ever next chapter. And as a guy who loves lore, I am so excited for this. But let's keep our hopes realistic here, because, again, I wouldn't want Robin's dream to end early, because she's already kind of injured right now. Why wound her pride while we're at it? And I would hate for her to be like, well, I know the history of the world now, and I'm on the island of Elbaf with my big buddy Saul. I might as well just stay here, do some research. It would suck to leave her behind so early. But we're going to learn something. I hope it's the name of the ancient kingdom. I just want to know what it's called. I don't even need like a big flashback or anything yet. I just want to know what it's called. Or maybe what Joy Boy's true name was. Joy Boy had to have been a title, because Kaido was looking for the next Joy Boy. So maybe we learn who Joy Boy was. Maybe he's Monkey D. Boy. Monkey D. Boy. Or maybe it's, maybe it is the truth about Eam. Maybe it's what Eam looks like. Oh, it's just an embarrassing picture of Eam at a Christmas party. But let me know in the comments below what you think Vegapunk's going to bring up, because it's going to be a doozy no matter what happens, and I am absolutely looking forward to it. Thank you for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video. This is the Hero of Julios, Xing out.